Primetime Players present The Boor by Anton Chekhov. Persons in the play: Helena Popov, a widow, mistress of a country estate; Grigory Smirnov, proprietor of a country estate; Luka, servant of Mrs. Popov. The scene is a well-furnished reception room in Mrs. Popov's home. Mrs. Popov is in deep mourning, sitting on a sofa gazing steadfastly at a photograph.
It isn't right, ma'am. You're wearing yourself out. The cook has gone looking for berries. Everything that breathes is enjoying life. Even the cat knows how to be happy, slips about the courtyard and catches birds. But you hide yourself here in the house as though you were in a cloister. Yes, truly, you haven't left the house for a whole year.
And I shall never leave it. Why should I? My life is over. He lies in his grave, and I have buried myself within these four walls.
There you go again. It's too awful to listen to. Nikolai Mikhailovich is dead. It was the will of the Lord, and the Lord has given him eternal peace. You have grieved over it, and that ought to be enough. Now it's time to stop. You have forgotten all your neighbors. You never go out. We live, pardon me, like spiders, and the good light of day we never see. But you have neighbors all around. The regiment is stationed in Riblov. Officers, simply beautiful. Every Friday a ball and military music every day. Oh, my dear, dear madam, pretty as you are, you're only let your spirits live. 10 short years are over, and you'll be glad enough to go out and meet the officers. But then it will be too late.
Please don't speak of these things again. You know very well that since the death of Nikolai Mikhailovich, my life is absolutely nothing to me. Oh, that his departed soul may see how I love him. I know it's no secret to you. He was often cruel to me, and he wasn't faithful. But I shall prove to him how I can love.
What is the use of all these words when you would so much rather go walking in the garden or visiting the neighbors?
What's that? I am at home to no one.
Yes, ma'am.
You shall see, Nikolai, how I can love and forgive. Aren't you ashamed? I have been a good, true wife, and I shall remain so until my death. And you're not ashamed. My dear monster, you quarreled with me, left me alone for weeks.
Oh, ma'am, someone is asking for you, insists on seeing you.
You told him that since my husband's death, I receive no one.
I said so, but he won't listen. He says it's a pressing matter.
I receive no one.
I told him that, but he is a wild man. He swore and he pushed himself into the room. He's in the dining room now.
Good, show him in. The impudent, what a bore people are. What can they want with me? Why do they disturb my peace? Yes, it is clear. I must enter a convent. Yes, a convent.
Madam, I have the honor to introduce myself, Lieutenant in the Artillery, retired country gentleman, Grigory Stepanovich Smirnov. I'm compelled to bother you about an exceedingly important matter.
What is it you wish?
Your deceased husband, with whom I had the honor to be acquainted, left me 2 notes amounting to about 1,200 rubles. Inasmuch as I have to pay the interest tomorrow on a loan, I should like to request, madam, that you pay me the money today.
1,200? And for what was my husband indebted to you?
He bought oats from me.
If Nikolai Mikhailovich is indebted to you, I shall, of course, pay you. But I'm sorry, I haven't the money today. Tomorrow, my manager will return from the city, and I shall notify him to pay you what is due you. But until then, I cannot satisfy your request. Furthermore, today is just 7 months since the death of my husband, and I am not in the mood to discuss money matters.
And I am in the mood to fly up the chimney with my feet in the air if I can't lay hands on that interest tomorrow. They'll seize my estate.
Day after tomorrow, you will receive the money.
I cannot wait until day after tomorrow.
My manager will return then, and then you will get your money.
I did not come to see the manager. What the devil, pardon my language, what the devil do I care for your manager?
Really, sir, I am not used to such language or such manners. I shan't listen to you any further.
What can one say to that? Moods. 7 months since her husband died. What am I to do? Shall I run away from my creditors in a balloon? I'll stay here and not budge until she pays. How angry I am. I can hardly breathe. Servant, bring me water. Well, what can we do? She hasn't it on hand. She isn't in the mood to discuss money matters. Women's logic. That's why I never like to talk to women. I would rather sit on a powder barrel than talk with a woman.
Madam is ill and is not receiving.
Ill and isn't receiving? All right, I won't receive either. I'll sit here and stay until she brings that money. If she's ill a week, I'll sit here a week. If she's ill a year, I'll sit here a year. Heaven is my witness, I'll get that money. Oh, my head aches. Perhaps I ought to have a drink. Yes, get me a drink.
More water?
Kvass or vodka. Oh, I'm a fine figure. Dust, dirty boots, unwashed, uncombed. The lady probably took me for a highwayman. It was a little impolite to come into a reception room with such clothes. Well, I'm not here as a guest. I'm a creditor.
You take great liberties, sir.
What?
I just...
Who are you talking to? Keep quiet.
Nice mess. This fella won't leave.
Lord, how angry I am. Angry enough to throw mud at the whole world. I even feel ill. Servant!
Sir, in my solitude, I have become unaccustomed to the human voice, and I cannot stand the sound of loud talking. I beg you to cease disturbing my rest.
Pay me my money, and I'll leave.
I told you once plainly and in your native tongue that I haven't the money at hand. Wait until day after tomorrow.
And I also had the honor of informing you in your native tongue that I need the money. Not day after tomorrow, but today.
But what can I do if I haven't the money?
I ask you, do I have to pay that interest tomorrow or not? Or do you think I'm joking?
You have no idea how to act in the presence of a lady.
Oh, yes, I have.
No, you have not. You are an ill-bred, vulgar person. Respectable people don't speak so to ladies.
How remarkable. How do you want one to speak to you? In French, perhaps? Madame, je vous prie. Pardon-moi for having disturbed you. What beautiful weather we are having today.
Not at all funny. I think it vulgar.
Not at all funny, vulgar. I don't understand how to behave in the company of ladies. Madam, there was a time when I played the fool, used honeyed language, bowed and scraped. I loved, offered, suffered, sighed to the moon, melted in love's torment, and for all that, I wouldn't pay a kopeck. I am not speaking of present company, but of women in general. From the tiniest to the greatest, they are conceited, hypocritical, chattering, and deceitful from top to toe. When one sees one of these romantic creatures before him, he imagines he is looking at some holy being. But if one looks into the soul, it's nothing but a common crocodile. But the worst of it all is that this crocodile imagines It is a masterpiece of creation. You have the misfortune to be a woman, and you know woman's nature. So tell me, have you ever in your life seen a woman who was really true and faithful? Never. It's easier to find a cat with horns or a white woodcock than a faithful woman.
But allow me to ask, who is true and faithful in love? The man, perhaps?
Yes, indeed, the man.
The man. Ha! The man true and faithful in love. Well, that is something new. How can you make such a statement? So long as we have gone thus far, I may as well say that of all the men I have known, my husband was the best. I loved him with all my soul. I gave him my youth, my happiness, my fortune, my life. And what happened? This best of men betrayed me in every possible way. After his death, I found his desk filled with love letters. While he was alive, he left me alone for months. He made love to other women. He wasted my money. And in spite of everything, I trusted him and was true to him. And more than that, I am still true to him. I have buried myself within these four walls, and I shall wear this mourning to my grave.
Morning. What on earth do you take me for? Such a secret, so romantic. Some knight will pass the castle, gaze up at the windows, and think to himself, here dwells a mysterious Tamara, who for love of her husband has buried herself within four walls. Oh, I understand the art.
What? What do you mean by saying such things to me?
You have buried yourself alive. Meanwhile, you've not forgotten to powder your nose.
Oh, how dare you speak so?
I am not a woman, and I am accustomed to speak what I think, so please don't scream.
I'm not screaming. Please leave me, I beg you.
Pay me my money, and I'll leave.
I won't give you the money.
You won't?
Kindly leave the house.
Give me the money.
I don't care to speak with impudent men. Leave. You aren't going?
No.
Very well. Luca, show the gentleman out.
Sir, why don't you leave when you are ordered? What do you want?
Who do you think you were talking to?
Good Lord. Oh, I am ill. I can't breathe.
Where's Dasha? Dasha, Pelagia?
They're all gone. I'm ill. Water.
Leave. Get out. You are vulgar. You're a boor, a monster.
Permit me to ask what right you have to insult me.
What of it? Do you think I am afraid of you?
And you think that because you are a romantic creature, you can insult me without being punished? I challenge you.
Merciful heaven. Water.
We shall have a duel.
Do you think because you have big fists and a steer's neck, I am afraid of you?
I allow no one to insult me, and I make no exception because you are a woman, one of the weaker sex.
Boor, boor, boor.
It's high time to do away with the old superstition that it is only the man who is forced to give satisfaction.
You wish to fight a duel. Very well.
Immediately.
Immediately. My husband had pistols. I'll bring them. Oh, what a pleasure it will be to put a bullet in your impudent head. The devil take you.
I'll shoot her down. I'm no fledgling, no sentimental young puppy. For me, there is no weaker sex.
Oh, sir, have mercy on me, an old woman, and go away. You have frightened me to death already, and now you want to fight a duel?
A duel. That's emancipation. That way the sexes are made equal. I'll shoot her down. I'm no fledgling, no sentimental young puppy. For me, there is no weaker sex.
Oh, sir, have mercy on me, an old woman, and go away. You have frightened me to death already, and now you want to fight a duel?
A duel. That's emancipation. That way, the sexes are made equal. I'll shoot her down as a matter of principle. What can a person say to such a woman? The devil take you. I'll put a bullet in your impudent head. Oh, her eyes blazed. She accepted the challenge. On my honor. It's the first time in my life I ever saw such a woman.
Oh, sir, go away. Go away.
That is a woman. I can understand her. A real woman. No shilly-shallying. Would be a pity to shoot a woman like that.
Oh, sir, go away.
Here are the pistols. But before we have our duel, please show me how to shoot. I've never had a pistol in my hand before.
God be merciful and have pity on us. I'll go get the gardener and the coachman. Why has this horror come to us?
You see, there are different kinds. There are special dueling pistols with cap and ball, but these are revolvers, Smith & Wesson. A pair like that costs at least 90 rubles. I'll show you how to hold a revolver. Those eyes, a real woman.
Like this?
Yes, that way. Then you pull the hammer back, so. Then you aim. Put your head back a little. Just stretch your arm out, so. Then press your finger like that, and that is all. The chief thing is, don't hurry your aim and take care that your hand doesn't tremble.
It isn't well to shoot inside. Let's go into the garden.
Yes. I'll tell you now. I'm going to shoot into the air.
That is too much. Why?
Because that's my business.
You are afraid. Yes. No, my dear sir, no flinching. I won't rest until I've made a hole in that head I hate so much. Are you afraid?
Yes, I'm afraid.
You are lying. Why won't you fight?
Because I like you.
You like me? He dares to say he likes me? Go.
Listen, are you still angry? I was as mad as the devil, but please understand me. How can I express myself? The thing is this. Now, is it my fault that you owe me money? I like you. Do you understand? I'm almost in love.
Leave. I hate you.
Lord, what a woman. I never in my life met one like her.
Go or I'll shoot.
Shoot. You have no idea what happiness it would be to die in sight of those beautiful eyes. I'm mad. Decide immediately, for if I go now, we shall never see each other again. Decide. Speak. I am a respectable man. I have an income of 10,000. I own some fine horses. Will you be my wife?
I'll shoot.
My mind is not clear. I can't understand. I love you. 12 women I jilted. 9 jilted me, but not one of them all have I loved as I love you. I am lost. I lie at your feet like a fool and beg for your hand, yes or no. Will you? I'm leaving.
Wait a minute.
Well?
Nothing. You may go. But wait a moment. No, don't go. Oh, if you knew how angry I was, how angry. What are you standing there for? Get out.
Farewell.
Yes, go. Why are you going? Wait, no, go. Don't come too near. Don't come nearer. Oh,
How angry I am with myself. Fall in love like a schoolboy, throw myself on my knees. I love you. This is fine. All I needed was to fall in love. Tomorrow I have to pay my interest, and then you appear.
go away. Take your hands off me. I hate you. This is.
Merciful heavens!